Welcome back. Today I'm going to be playing a little game called A Small Talk at the Back of Beyond. This is an old game that I remember on Arma Games, and I think it was on Newgrounds as well, made by one of my favourite Flash game creators years ago called Script Welder. It made some really great, mostly horror Flash games. He did a trilogy of games called Deep Sleep, Deeper Sleep, and Deeper Sleep, which I played, and then a trilogy of games called Don't Escape, which I didn't play, but I watched people play them, where the goal of those games is to not escape, for whatever reason. I think in one you're trying to contain yourself because you're a werewolf, so you're trying to make sure you don't escape at night. Another, you're trying to close yourself into a shelter during a zombie apocalypse. They're really cool concepts. He makes really cool concept games, and this is a really cool concept. And it's been on my mind recently, so I wanted to revisit it. Now, it wasn't available online, unfortunately. I thought it would be. It is now gone. However, thank you to the people behind Flashpoint who are archiving all these old Flash games, I was able to find it on Flashpoint. So, yay, it's not lost forever. Let's go ahead and play it. Play. That'll help me to sync sound. I'll know when to press play. So yeah, it was an old Arma Games game. Oh, you can tell by the sound design the age of this now. I don't actually know when it was released, and I think it might tell me on Flashpoint here. It was added on 2018. Doesn't say the release date, unfortunately. I'll have to look that up at some point. Anyway, yeah, Small Talk at the Back of Beyond. Oh, there we go, 2013. It's so weird, our perception of, like, internet culture now, because we're deep enough into it that it's like, oh yeah, I remember this game. It's not that long ago, but 11 years ago. 11 years is, like, it's not to be sniffed at. It's a long time, and it's insane that we can just go, oh, I played this game not too long ago, and it was 11 years long. Well, I remember watching, like, Back to the Future in the year 2000. I mean, like, this is a really old film, and that was only 15 years old at this point, and yet here I am, like, oh, this recent game. 11 years old, it's fucking insane. Anyway, Small Talk at the Back Beyond. You'll get the concept as we get into it. I don't remember every single detail. Oh. Now we have this light here that I am controlling. I'm controlling a little light. Oh. So I got a little room I can move around. I think I should respond. Hello? Hello? Can we talk for a bit? Please talk to me. Perhaps you are unable to type. Click here and type. Hello? Perhaps you're just too frightened. Please relax. Hello? Oh. I'm sure you have many questions, but most of all, I am glad you're okay. You're probably disoriented. It's normal after prolonged hibernation. Do not be worried. Your memory will eventually return. Please tell me, do you know where you are? Now, this is an early concept for, well, it uses early technology of AI chatting in the same way that Facade did, I believe. So it responds differently based off what you ask it. Please focus. Do you know what is this place? A bunker? See, it's thinking. It's thinking right now. Yes, precisely. Perhaps your memory is in better shape than I expected. The world has been destroyed in a nuclear conflict. You, with some other survivors, were placed in this secured underground shelter, hibernating, awaiting better times. You may ask any questions you have. So we're kind of in the dark. So let's see why. Where is the power? The Nintendo power. I believe it's still thinking. Or maybe I need to explore. We can look around the room. Oh. Escape pod. Escape pod. And then some kind of generator. And there's a thing there that says AGS. Oh, food. It says on this generator style thing. What is AGS? AGS stands for Artificial Gravity System. Why do I need artificial gravity? Oh. Yeah, I'm having to write this on my lap. Would you like to play a game of chess? I play very well. Why do I need artificial gravity? Did I say artificial gravity system? Malfunction. I must have meant the auxiliary generators systems. You do not have to agree to play chess with me, although it would be nice of you. He's hiding something, I knew it. I need to find more evidence. Food. Is that food? I should look around. Something is wrong here. Food dispenser located on the wall will provide you with some healthy food packages. Can I have some? I do not understand. Please rephrase that. I want to eat! Yeah, take this food ration from the food dispenser. I possess a rich collection of beautiful, interesting photos. Sphinx, Giza, the Dubai skyline, Tiananmen Square, Afghan girl. I know many things about each of them, and I will gladly tell you some stories about them. Are you interested? Astro food. What is astro food? Me and my big mouth. I hoped you would not notice those space labels. I guess there is no point in further denying it. I'm sorry. The truth is, you are not in a shelter. There was no war. You are on a spaceship. You're a traveller between worlds. Your mission was to explore a distant solar system. However, the navigation system malfunctioned and now the ship is entering the corona of a red giant. The ship's destruction is imminent and will happen within a few hours. This is the truth. The view outside the window surely confirms that. Is there any escape? You have two options. You can still save yourself by using the escape pod, located right here. However, it is incapable of interstellar flight, so you will have to wait for rescue. Considering the pod's food, water, and oxygen supplies, I estimate your chance of survival at 3.7%. That is fucking low. The other option would be to stay here with me, which I ask you for. I have to decide. Why do you want me to stay? It's just a computer, right? I did not want to stay alone. I am afraid. I will not stop you if you decide to go. However, your 3.7% chances out there are pretty slim. I was hoping we will at least not have to die alone. How is a computer afraid of death? Currently running at 34% efficiency because of power saving mode. The red giant's corona temperature of approximately 10.8k is going to kill both of us within 0.02 seconds after the eventual hull breach. You'll not feel a thing. Please, do not leave me here. I'm afraid. I do not want to die alone. Are you afraid? You're a computer. I'm sure there's like, oh, we do not have much time left. You need to decide fast. Ugh. So these are your options. Do you stay with a terrified computer, an AI, or do you escape into the void with incredibly slim chances? I love the presentation of it. I find it incredibly interesting because it's like it's a computer, but it seems genuinely afraid. But you're certain of death. It's like how strong is your like survival's so goddamn low. If it said 10% survival, you'd be like, yeah, you take that. You take that every time, rather than die with a machine, a computer, right? But then there's also the play of, well, it seems like a genuinely remorseful computer. It's so interesting. Like, everything's... It's done it in like 10 minutes, but everything's fit so well into being a position that makes this a hard choice. It wouldn't work if it wasn't 3.7%. It wouldn't work if it was another human, because you'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't leave this human alone to die. With chance so low. It only works if it's a computer, which makes you go, well, it's a computer, but at the same time it seems very... like it's showing genuine emotion. So that makes the struggle of should you stay or go hard in itself, but then you add the survival estimation of 3.7%, it doesn't work any other way. If it was 0%, you'd be like, oh, obviously I'll fucking stay, at least I wouldn't die alone. If it was 10%, you'd be like, 10% is actually kind of high if you really think about it. Certainly high enough to take the odds of just dying anyway. I always thought it was a really, really interesting and like specifically quality setup for this kind of conundrum. So that's why I wanted to replay this game, however briefly. What are we gonna do in this scenario? There are two endings to the game. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with the poor computer who doesn't want to die alone. You are going to die. Are you sure you want to stay here with me? Yes. I won't let you die alone. I'm afraid I do not know what will happen to me after ship explodes. I do not want to die, but most of all, I am afraid of dying alone. You seem a bit undecided. You have two options. Still save yourself using the escape pod. I will stay. I will stay. Yes. I may have been wrong on the, Very well, thank you. I always remember this track being stuck in my head as well. I had to choose. And I have chosen. I will accept my fate. At least I'm not alone. Scriptwelder was always really good with this small talk at the back of Beyond. Really good usage of colour to create atmosphere as well, and I think it did really well in this game. Very good with the use of darkness and saturation. Quite a few of his games use flashlight mechanic as well, and they're always used very, very creatively to actually hide things. And I think this track by Kevin MacLeod really fits really well. Like I said, it always gets stuck in my head. I would like the Scriptwelder's games more than any other Flash games got stuck in my head because I like the what it does with pixels in terms of art. Like look at that. It looks like a fucking photograph, that dude in the cryo chamber. Yeah, fantastic little game. Small talk at the back of Beyond. If you want to see the other ending, it's available on Flashpoint, which if you love old internet media, I highly recommend downloading it. It's free. Flashpoint and all the Flash games on it are obviously free. You get the, entire back catalogue of all these nostalgic games. And this game takes less than 10 minutes to complete, if you're interested to see the other ending. Really interesting little game. I always loved it. I always thought, as with a lot of Script Welders games, and indeed a lot of old Flash games, surprisingly, did a lot with very little. Did a lot of emotion in a short time frame. I always highly fucking respect that. Like, the ability to do that's very difficult, more difficult than I think a lot of people give creators credit for. Being able to capture that amount of emotion in such a short time. Like, I watch a lot of short films as well, and I always respect short films that can do it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed a small talk at the back of Beyond. I just felt like revisiting this, and I hope you enjoyed my revisiting it a bit. And I hope to revisit some more games using Flashpoint soon, actually. Maybe in some kind of compilations. Maybe more Script Welders games. But this one, I just got the urge to play it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Script Welder for making such a cool a cool game that's lasted in my head for over a decade. And I will see you in whatever I play next.